Hello everyone. First Fueasia conference is all set to happen in Delhi, and today we have Dr.kavish, who is well-known dermatologist and hair transplant surgeon, and who is also co-founder and organizing secretary of Fueasia conference. And today we will be discussing what is his vision and mission behind the Fueasia. Hello sir.
Hi. So for Fueasia, we want to create a conference which encompasses every aspect of follicular science and trichology, be it medical trichology, regenerative trichology, or hair transplant and advances in the surgical hair restoration. So we want to have a conference which encompasses all of these aspects, and those who are interested in learning on various aspects of follicular science and trichology, they would be able to get everything at one place, and they would be able to learn from world leaders in follicular science and hair restoration.
Yes sir, so that's really impressive. Sir, the conference has announced various workshops, and that too various workshops in hair restoration category itself. So why do you feel there is a need of such extensive and elaborate training module?
Yes. So basically we have workshops related to all aspects of trichology, so which would involve hair transplant, but we also have workshops on laser hair removal, scalp micropigmentation, and some other aspects. For hair restoration, what we want is, we want people to learn it the right way. So in my personal opinion, a correct way of learning hair restoration is, first you need to have a good idea regarding the theoretical aspects, anatomy. Then you need to practice hair restoration on models, which we are going to be doing in the basic hair transplant workshop, which is a good idea for beginners. Then they will hear the lectures from world leaders in hair restoration on 10th and 11th of March, which would be followed by live demonstration of hair restoration and various different kinds of techniques from the who's who of the hair restoration industry around the world. This would be done on 12th of March in AIIMS, New Delhi. This would be followed by a hands-on training on cadavers. So whatever they have learned till now, they can practice it on the cadavers. And those who want to dwell further deep into this, they have the opportunity of doing the hands-on training on the patients from 14 to 16th of March in clinic under our supervision. So by this module, they will start from videos, learning on the models, studying the lectures, then seeing the live surgery, then doing hands-on on cadavers and on patients. So I feel that this is the correct way that they can enjoy every aspect of learning of hair restoration in a proper way.
Oh, sir, that's really amazing. Sir, but apart from hair restoration workshops, are there any other sessions in the conference which are focusing on young dermatologists and plastic surgeons?
Yeah, so our conference will involve all aspects of medical and regenerative trichology too, and to have more participation from young dermatologists and plastic surgeons, we have dedicated sessions from them. We have a Young Turk session where they can apply, they can send their abstract, and they can be a faculty if their abstracts are selected. We also have innovation paper, we have award paper, we have e-posters in which all youngsters can participate. We also have a very interesting quiz where we will be testing knowledge in every aspect of follicular science, and which is going to be really interesting. Then for kind of helping the youngsters, we specifically have a networking breakfast session for beginners, which would be chaired by Dr. Anastasios Vakris, from a plastic surgeon from Greece, so that all the youngsters would be paired with mentors which will guide them in kind of taking their journey forward. And similarly, for the beginners, we have a specific basic hair transplant workshop where they would be able to learn a lot.
Okay, sir. But there are after beginner level, there is one level where somebody is doing hair transplant, but they are not very well versed. They have a lot of difficulties.
Yes.
They face complications. What about, sir, that level when you are not a pro, but you are not a beginner as well? Anything for them?
Yeah. So for experts, basically, you mostly learn from mistakes. And what I feel is, in most conferences and even when you are publishing journals, the mistakes are not being published. So we have a specific session called M&M conference, which is Morbidity and Mortality Conference, which is going to be chaired by none other than Dr. Venkatraman Masoor sir, where we're going to be discussing all the morbidities and mortality, all such cases which has happened in hair restoration, and we will all learn tips and tricks on how to avoid those situations and how to become better as a hair restoration surgeon overall.
Yes, sir. Sir, with great power comes great responsibility. Now, there is a responsibility, a social responsibility of a hair transplant
Yes.
surgeon. So, what do you feel? Like, what should be done when the beyond conference? What are your plans? Or is it just conference and that's it?
No, for Fueasia, our vision is not just a conference. We want to build a setup so that we can impart proper knowledge to the public, and also we want to help in social causes. For example, we are also starting Operation Hope, which is a charitable hair transplant system for all the victims of secondary cicatricial alopecia. So those unfortunate patients who have suffered scarring, or they have lost their hairs because of acid burn or because of electrocution or trauma, we will try and help them. So we are creating a system where they can apply and their surgeries would be done free of cost. We are starting this from India, but we're gonna soon kind of encompass whole Asia, and we will have centers all across Asia which will be providing charitable services for these procedures. In addition, what I feel is in hair restoration, because there are lots of unqualified people doing it, so we want to start a proper certification course for hair transplant as well as for technicians to kind of have their standards to a proper level so that we can make this whole overall hair restoration industry more safer.
Sir, that's all about hair restoration. But there is a class of patients, they don't want to go for procedure. They're more interested into growing their own hair. Regenerative trichology, regenerative modalities in other specialties are also studied a lot. Sir, are there any sessions which are focusing on this type of patients, and when we want to offer something apart from hair transplant?
Yeah, so our conference is going to specifically focus on regenerative trichology part. So this is a segment which is coming up very fast. Now lots of research is being done on this. Previously we just had PRP, but now we have many other things. From PRP, now we are using adipose tissue, and then nanofat. We're also using stromal vascular fraction, and then we are also studying about stem cells and their research. And then there are many other modalities. We are using all this in different ways, and we need to see what are the newer things which can help to stop hair fall, make the hairs grow better, and to find alternative solutions to hair transplant in those cases who don't want to go for surgical hair restoration. So we want to focus on all aspects of medical and regenerative trichology too, along with hair restoration with this conference.
Thank you, sir. So I feel Fueasia won't leave any topic in trichology uncovered. See you all there.
Thank you.